I'm really trying to hold off on keep doing sorts of these videos until I actually drop my the art of love lesson plan. It's pretty gonna be pretty extensive. I just get the feel of it. I've been doing the bullet point notes for it. I'm like, but it's well needed, man. I'm make sure I could make sure it's a one and done, and I don't have to go back and redo no things. But we gotta continue learning on this journey, and we're gonna hold ourselves accountable to anything that we may have to correct ourselves on. But I'm pretty sure of what I'm talking about. But in its long form, man, I'm be able to really because when I'm just touching on the shorts, like the topics, it's really complex. It has this complexities, man, and there's a lot of nuances to it. So it's like I'm not able to express all points, you know what I mean? And I don't want nobody to kind of just be getting a wrong idea, you know what I mean, or just not fully understanding. So yeah, super excited about that. But I was just sitting here thinking, and I had to someone just told me, man, the kingdom to come is gonna be so beautiful, man. We're going into the new earth, and I want to create a separation when I say this. I know when I speak on the intersexual relationships and the polarities, divine masculine, divine feminine, the heart of love series, right? I'm explaining it from ancient Near Eastern or ancient Israelite cultural perspective, using its linguistic perspective, using its just from what you see in literature and what we know about it, what we know about Israel being a patriarchal society, and just how it operated. But there's this thing though, right? We still wasn't there, you know what I mean? So honestly, the literature, the stories, and and then you get the archaeological records, and then maybe say there was they found old marriage artifacts or just, but they had the what they call it, there was it was a statue. It was like a fertility statue. I can't remember, but they used to have things like that. To represent Astaroth, which is kind of crazy because that is also in some records. She's also known as Yahweh's consort. You know what I mean? But she gets associated with Baal, and I have my own little, my little theory or my brainstorm on that. I'll give my original thoughts on that before I actually, go do a deep dive and everything. But I was saying all of that because once we get things in its proper order, the earth is gonna feel so abundant, you know what I mean? It's gonna have options, because what I was explaining to people, right, is how churchianity and the dogma and the duality, them just sucking the life out of what real kingdom culture and and being fruitful and multiplying and subduing and having dominion, what that's really about. We don't live out these scriptures, man. We don't look at these scriptures. I'm just trying to bring color to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show you on how to express it, man, because it's a beautiful thing. And then when we looking at now, back then in the patriarchy, right? The way in which the legislations and the system was just kind of set up that you didn't have you didn't have as many women business owners or women doing a lot of very profitable and career driven women out here. And I was meditating over my messages and everything, and I'm like, you know what, that's actually a good thing, man. because it's like, you know, because I have a daughter, man. I don't like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to make sure I'm accurate. You know what I mean? Cause, you know, I'm a hard man on the one I am. You know, like, but I definitely try to be fair. You feel me? Cause you know I have a daughter, and you know, I would like want to train her up and grow up. You know what I'm saying? And give her to somebody to be their wife. Give her into marriage. You know, her maintain her virginity. But however, like, man, like, just say the girls who, the concubines, when I was telling you the concubines, how the modern girlfriend, here's even a better, like, a good picture of it. The independent woman. The independent woman. That is the perfect, you know what I'm saying, picture, example, you understand, of a concubine. Because, like, a wife is, like, she's going to be submissive, like, unto you. So, you know what I mean? Like, y'all are on the same thing. The concubine, she's independent, she got her own thing going. But she may, like, y'all may want each other for whatever the reason being. And, like, the fact that those options is out there is fine and beautiful. And with prostitution being out there, being legal, like, you know, it just cuts out a lot of the confusion, bro. And it makes things safe. You know, just because the thing about it is, by legalizing prostitution, it doesn't necessarily even mean that you will have a high rate of prostitution. That all depends on the system. You know what I mean? Like if it's downtrodden, you know what I mean? Like the righteous is about to be in rulership. So it's like, it's probably not even really gonna be in existence. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using the reference of the fact that historically, why it existed, you know, like what was its purpose? You know what I mean? And it has a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Women need a covering, and they sometimes even, like, y'all know the same reason why it is now. All right. But yeah, I was just sitting there. I was like, you know, cause I mean, I'm 30. Like, unless I go to, like, overseas to Africa, and I plan on doing that. You know, hey, man, my later years, yo, I'm spreading my seed. Even if I end up being a man that, like, end up having 2 wives, I put in work for that. But I'm like, kind of whatever is, like, y'all feels like it's right for me. You know what I mean? I'm actually content now. You feel me? Like, cause I could be single, and I'm not being a eunuch, bro. But I can abstain at times for whatever reason that y'all got me, you know, may feel like it's important for me to abstain. But I ain't breaking the law. You know, like, as long as you do things right. You know what I mean? Life is short. You don't want to be playing with nobody's life. You want to make sure things is, like, mutually beneficial. Y'all are on the same page. And then, like, y'all could, you know, communicate effectively enough and are emotionally mature enough to be able to, you know, separate things if you feel like it's not going nowhere, it's not working out. You know what I mean? And then, see, that's my definition of a real Pete, because it's like, I would like to have multiple, like, women that have, like, business mindsets or skill sets that could build around this kingdom initiatives and mission and purpose that I'm on. You know what I mean? Have a lot of moving parts. You feel me? And then so it's like, it just creates, I feel like it'd be a dope bond. Like, as long as they're passionate about it, not me forcing them, you know what I'm saying, to do something of mine, they have to already be, like, within that lane. And so that's what, like, I'm just chilling, and then, like, when I see those, then that's what I'm on, man. So, ladies, yeah, I just want to share that, man. But this, I promise, this is gonna be the last little promo vid before, you know, I give y'all the lesson. All right, peace.